Hello and welcome to Wisdom Trek. This is Guthrie Chamberlain, and I'm your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 7-day-a-week 7 Minutes of Wisdom podcast. This is day 110 of our trek, and yesterday we learned how to prevent our lives from becoming like a garbage truck. Today we will build on this topic and learn the 10 steps for taming your anger. In celebration of our 100th day of our Wisdom Trek, please check out wisdom-trek.com and sign up for a free Wisdom Trek t-shirt. The drawing will take place on October 5th, and we will be giving away 7 Wisdom Trek t-shirts. We are recording our podcast from our studios at Home 2 in Charlotte, North Carolina. Last night we had my sister Rebecca over for our monthly get-together as we enjoyed a good meal, talking about life, and really enjoyed looking at some of the old pictures when we were both very young. It is great to be able to spend the time together and remember some of our past. While I'm not one for living in or wishing for the past, it is good to reflect, enjoy, and learn from our past so that we can live with more significance and bring greater impact into our world. These times of relaxing and reflection are good for everyone, especially if you're able to get out in nature and go on a hike, which is an excellent opportunity to relax, have a meaningful conversation about life, and how we deal with the pressures and issues of life. And as we break camp today and head out onto the trail, the subject of anger control comes up. All of us deal with anger in our lives and the lives of others. It is an issue that we need to prepare our minds for in advance so that we will know how to handle anger issues when they are directly impacting our lives. Yesterday we talked about how to handle the situation when someone else dumps their garbage or anger on us. Do you internalize it? Do you take it and then dump it on someone else? Or have you made your life a no garbage zone? As a Christ follower, I do attempt to allow God's Spirit to control my actions. But even if we endeavor not to accept or allow garbage into our lives, we are all humans and we do have weaknesses. You will find at times that garbage will seep back into your world, and keeping your temper in check will be a challenge. Do you fume when someone cuts you off in traffic? Does your blood pressure rocket when your children refuse to cooperate? Anger is a normal emotion, but it's important that we deal with it and control it in a positive way. Uncontrolled anger can take its toll both on your health and your relationships. So today, if you're ready to take responsibility for controlling your own anger in your life when it occurs, then following these 10 anger management tips will be useful. Number 1, think before you speak. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to say something that you'll later regret. Take a few moments to collect your thoughts before you say anything and allow others involved in the situation to do the same. Proverbs 17:27. A truly wise person uses few words. A person with understanding is even-tempered. Tip number 2. Once you're calm, express your anger. As soon as you're thinking clearly, express your frustration in a confident but non-confrontational way. State your concerns and needs clearly and directly without hurting others or trying to control them. Proverbs 25:15. Patience can persuade a prince, and soft speech can break bones. Tip number 3. Get some exercise. Physical activity can help reduce stress that can cause you to become angry. If you feel your anger escalating, go for a brisk walk or run, or spend some time doing other enjoyable physical activities. Hebrews 12:1. Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses in this life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance the race that God has set before us. Tip number 4. Take a time out. Timeouts are not just for kids. Give yourself short breaks during times of the day that tend to be most stressful. A few moments of quiet time will help you feel better prepared to handle what's ahead without getting irritated or angry. Matthew 14:23. After sending them home, he went up into the hills himself to pray. Night fell while he was there alone. Tip number 5. Identify possible solutions. Instead of focusing on what made you mad, work on resolving the issue at hand. Does your child's messy room drive you crazy? Maybe you should close the door. Is your spouse late for dinner every night? Try scheduling meals a little later in the evening. Or agree to eat on your own a few times a week. Remind yourself that anger won't fix anything and will only make things worse. Psalms 4:4. Don't sin by letting anger control you. Think about it overnight and remain silent. Tip number 6. Stick with I statements. To avoid criticizing or placing blame, which might only increase tension, use I statements to describe the problem. Be respectful and specific. For example, say, I'm upset that you left the table without offering to help with the dishes, instead of, you never do any housework. 1 Peter 4:8. Most important of all, continue to show your deep love for each other, for love covers a multitude of sins. Tip number 7. Don't hold a grudge. Forgiveness is a powerful tool. If you allow anger or other negative feelings to crowd out the positive feelings, you might find yourself swallowed up by your own bitterness or sense of injustice. But if you forgive someone who angered you, you might both learn from this situation. It's unrealistic to expect everyone to behave exactly as you want them to at all times. And don't sin by letting anger control you. Don't let the sun go down while you are still angry, for anger gives a foothold to the devil. Tip number 8. Use humor to release tension. Lightening up a bit can help diffuse tension. Use humor to help you face what is making you angry and, possibly, any unrealistic expectations that you have for how things should go. Avoid sarcasm, though. It can hurt feelings and make things worse. Proverbs 15:23. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. Tip number 9. Practice relaxation skills. When your temper flares, put relaxation skills to work. Practice praying, meditation, deep breathing exercises, imagine a relaxing scene, or repeat a calming word or phrase such as, take it easy. You might also listen to music or write in a journal, or do a few yoga poses, whatever it takes to encourage relaxation. Psalms 145:5. I will meditate on your majestic, glorious splendor and your wonderful miracles. And tip number 10. Know when to seek help. Learning to control anger is a challenge for everyone at times. Consider seeking help for anger issues if your anger seems to be out of control and causes you to do things that you will regret or hurt those around you. 1 Chronicles 16:11. Search for the Lord and for His strength. Continually seek Him. And if you apply these 10 tips into your life, you will gradually be able to tame the anger and enjoy life better. So please join us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, Creating a Legacy. And tomorrow we will ask, are you taking your medicine? Well, that will finish our podcast for today. If you've missed any of the previous podcasts, please check out Wisdom Trek on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spreaker, YouTube, or at wisdom-trek.com. If you enjoy our daily doses of wisdom, these little nuggets we consume each day, I encourage you to take the time to invest in yourself in these 3 ways. Invest with your time in improving Wisdom Trek by leaving your name, email address, and a comment on our website so that we can provide you with the wisdom and insights that best fit your needs. Number 2, invest in yourself by listening to your 7 minutes of wisdom through the Wisdom Trek podcast each day. And the best way to do this is to subscribe at iTunes or Stitcher and have it downloaded to you automatically. And third, invest in the lives of others by sharing with your family and friends, in person or online, to journey with us on our Wisdom Trek. And if you haven't done so already, please leave us a rating at iTunes or Stitcher so that we'll gain more exposure for others to join us on our Wisdom Trek. The journal for this podcast can be found at wisdom-trek.com, where we also have pictures, tweetable quotes, wisdom nuggets, and free resources. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide, mentor, but most importantly, your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. As we take this trek together, let us always live abundantly or fully, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and leave a living legacy each day. This is Guthrie Chamberlain reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.